So let's see here. Please let me know. I have my microphone hooked up. Please drop a comment if you can hear me. A lot of things to go over today as far as the garden. Um, it's too cold outside. It was 24 here last night, so I'm not going to play in the garden. The ground was frozen anyways. So hopefully you can hear me. If I'm looking this way, you can see I have my computer over here. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm reading comments. Wanted to do a little show and tell first. So these were originally started in this hydroponic unit right here. They started with a seed. They have now progressed to the point where you can't see them, but I got a tomato there, 3 others under there, 1 more over here, and I have about 6 or 8 tomatoes on the one in back. So, hey, Mark Knuckles. Hey, Ninja. Dr. Ninja's here. So these are doing really well. These were started from a seed. These came from the Microdwarf, hashtag Microdwarf 2526. Carol at Broke But Bountifully Blessed, her channel. She sent me these. I have added videos to that collaboration. You can go view them at the hashtag Microdwarf 2526. I have a second one in the back. I'm not going to bring it out. This was just for show and tell. So let me move this out of the way. Okay, so next on show and tell is I'm doing the subscriber garden. Let me walk over here real quick. So you can see Hearth and Home. That is our placard. And then I have attached it to the back of a stake, which I made a point on. So then what happens is in the spring, I will put this in the ground in front of their plants. And I have them for everybody that sent me seeds. But I only did Hearth and Home because that was on the top. There was no there was no rhyme or reason to it. So don't, if I didn't show yours, don't get upset. I did videos on them. That was on the top. My daughter was gracious enough to give me these. She got these at a garage sale. So this is where I grow my green onions. Hey, Jane. Calamity Jane is here. So she got these at a garage sale for me. And I keep them in my window. And when I go to the grocery store and I buy green onions or whatever you call them, the stalks, I put them in that. I showed this the other day. I wanted to do one more, and then we'll get planting. That is the Elvis squirrel that I got from my son-in-law. I'm sorry, yeah, my son-in-law, daughter, and my 2 grandkids. It's the Elvis squirrel. So he's got the slicked back hair, the rhinestone outfit that Elvis wore. And this is actually a statue for the garden. It's made by a statue manufacturer that does garden stuff. Before I really get started here, let me talk about 2 things. 2 people, 3 people. They're here now. One is JC Calamity Jane, and one is Fire _ Dr. Ninja Turtle. And the third is Terry McPherson, I think 9398. All 3 of their channels are listed in the description to this live stream. So you can go check their channels out if you would like. And I know JC Calamity Jane is here and Dr. Ninja Turtle is here. So you can find them that way also. They both went over 1,000 subscribers. So kudos to them. And the reason I mentioned Terry is because Terry just broke 900, 906. She's climbing to 1,000. So what we're seeing is the community we're in, I went over 1,000 earlier in the week, late last week. Jane's over, Dr. Ninja's over, Terry's knocking at the door. Others are moving up. So if you get a chance, if you don't follow them, please go give them a follow. Go watch, help them with their watch hours if you can. Feel free while I'm doing this, go ahead and put your channel name in there or whatever. That's all fine. So Jane, JC Calamity Jane actually sent me this unit. I took the light off so it's not in the way. And so today what I'm doing is, you saw the micro dwarf tomato. I went outside yesterday and dug up some dirt. So this dirt here is native Oklahoma soil plus my compost. I'm just pulling out some branches and stuff. Anyways, what we're going to do is transplant. So these two are micro dwarf tomatoes, and then I have two more I'm not transplanting today. They're too small. I'm going to let them continue in the water because the root system has not broke through the dirt here yet. So they're not ready to be transplanted anyways. But let me show you this up close. You can tell these are ready because look at the root structure. See the roots? So these roots are ready to be, this is all ready to be transplanted. So this is about 2 to 3 inches tall now. And then this will become as big as the tomato that's in the kitchen right now. Hey, CE, Chicken Explorers is in the house. So all I'm gonna do, like I said, this is the dirt from outside with my compost. I'm gonna dig down a little bit because these pods are very long. And I'm just gonna let that, it'll come out on its own. Careful not to break the root. And then I'll just feed the root down into the soil, just like that. And then I'll poke it down in there, and then I'll just push some soil around it. And then I just keep a bottle. Instead of tossing it in the trash, I just poke a bunch of holes in it, and they become my watering can. So I'm going to add some water to this just to kind of set the dirt. And hopefully you can see that. Excuse me. I got some dust in my nose from the dirt. So that's going to go there. So that's number one. This will just go back in here for a moment. I'll put the little greenhouse cap on, grab another thing of soil. What did I do with that spoon? See, losing it already. All right, here we go. Come on, Okie, get with it. So like I said, now I'm going to transplant the second one. This dirt is really nice dirt. This has banana peels. Oh, it's got coffee grounds, eggshells, everything. So you can smell it too. It smells like fresh dirt in the spring. I'm just digging my little trench. This is my second tomato. You can see how long. I don't know if I can show you that or not, if that'll show up on camera, but you can see that's probably 10 inches long, that root system, all the way down. Look at that, to my tomato plant. So these are micro dwarf tomatoes. And like I said, these were sent to me by Broke but Bountifully Blessed. You just very carefully let it fall out on its own, and it should. There it goes. Pop that back in there. A greenhouse. And then I'm just going to just let that coil down in the ground. Get it to about level with the top. Kind of pack it in there a little bit. So this is pretty decent nutrient-rich soil. So this will help these to grow. And then again, I'll just water it. It already has water in the pod, in that seed pod, which is just pretty much compressed dirt. But I do that just to set the seed, or to set the dirt around it. There's tomato number 2. If you're looking at these buckets are from Dollar General, and they were $1 a bucket. So I'm using those for my planters instead of buying the $5 or $6 planter tubs at the stores. I'm getting $1 plastic bins. So now what I have, so that's it for the tomatoes. Like I said, these 2 tomato plants are smaller. One did not grow. Okay, it's gone. Now, let me see if I can catch up here. Oh, great. I'm glad everybody's connecting. Southern Fried. Let me get you a wrench here. I feel comfortable with Southern Fried. Did I miss anybody? If I did, just mention it and hopefully I'll see it. This here is from my pimentos. So you can see the root structure is about 3 to 4 inches long. The other ones did not start. They went to mold. Don't know why. Don't understand it, but it happens. So what I'm going to do is remove, put in too much. Don't anybody tell my wife that I'm using one of our big serving spoons from the kitchen to play in the dirt, because I probably won't survive that one. So that's just between us and the YouTubeverse. Okay. Yeah, Dollar Tree is great, Granny. So like I said, this one here, this was the pimento pepper. I had some of those. You guys saw me grow those. This is one of the seeds I dried. So I hope my wife is not watching this, because if she does, I'm in trouble. So I'm just going to coil this down. And that main root, the taproot, has a lot of little shoots going off of it, which is just perfect. Turn it a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I'm excited about this because when you see my orange and red peppers here in a second, they're really taking off. Let me grab some more dirt. I have more dirt inside here than I do outside, I think. All right. Let's see. Am I missing anything? Yeah, you're telling. You probably will. That's okay, though. I get yelled at often. You would not, I mean, you probably wouldn't think that I get yelled at, but because I'm typically, I'm such an angel. But I do get yelled at. You'd be surprised. But you know what? I do some pretty stupid stuff. You should see some of the stuff I do. Remind me to tell you about my windmilling the lawnmower someday. I got in a lot of trouble for that. Windmilling a push mower. I'll tell you that story someday. It was pretty hilarious in my account. Granny, I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. Tomatoes hate me. Herbs hate me. These are the first ones that ever grew for me, and I only say that because it's because of the hydroponics. The hydroponics is what got them started for me. Tomatoes hate me. I've never had luck growing tomatoes. They die on me. They get bugs on them. I think you can, but not me. I'm not going to. So there we have it. There's my pimento pepper. So my pimento pepper is now transplanted. This will get much bigger, and then I will transplant this again like I'm going to do in a second with those. Let me set this in here. Now, oh, let's see, Pam. I'm going to give you a blue wrench so you can go ahead and hook up with people. I think I'm caught up with everybody. You're jelly. Yeah, I have shorts on. I'm sorry, everybody, for that. Sorry that you got to see an old man in shorts, but I knew if I had jeans on, I was going to get all warm. So it's cold outside, but it's toasty inside the house here at Okies Eden. So again, more soil. Now, this soil has been in the house for 2 days. It's normalized. Because it was 24 last night, I would never take a fresh plant that I'm transplanting and put it into ice cold soil. I don't think it would survive that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get one of those pepper plants. So because I did not mark them, these came from Carol at Broken Bountifully Blessed again. So I'm going to try and get them fit into here. And then this will be the last time, because these will stay inside for the remainder. Let me see if they'll pop out, hopefully. It did. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, look at that. Looky, looky. Not bad. Okay. You can see how well these are doing. I hope I'm not killing them now, because I'm really looking forward to getting peppers off of these. Get a little more sorrel in there. Look at that. What was that? Ronco? Remember the infomercials? I put water in here to set the ground, to set the dirt. What was it? Set it and forget it. You just set the temperature and forget it. You dump a little more there. Look at that. There is an orange or red bell pepper. I'm not sure. Okay. Then we're going to take this. Huh. Hold on. Hold on, everybody. Got a cricket. Got a cricket. Cricket was in my dirt. So let me try to do this a little fancier this time. As I'm digging this, I want to tell you guys, you know what? Let me give myself some room here. Let me get rid of the hydroponic unit. I have in my other back area, the other room, the third bedroom we have that's just we use for storage and stuff and for growing, is I have 2 black pumpkin plants growing, the black pumpkins, which I told you guys about, and I have one of the Calypso beans growing from it. So let's see if we can do this again. Come on, come on, come on. Please, please, please be nice to me. Be nice to Okies. Come on. Oh, yeah. Look at that structure. The amount of roots in that structure are awesome. So let me just shoot a little water on those roots. This is room temperature water, so it's not going to shock anything. And this is soil. Like I said, I brought this soil in last night and put it next to our heater ducts where air would be blowing on it. So the soil is also room temperature. So these will not be shocked. So this just goes to show, like I said, I have, there's little buds here. This will be flowering soon a little bit, I think. This just goes to show you can do indoor gardening. If you don't have an outdoor garden or you're in an apartment, get a hydroponic unit, sprout them, transplant them, and then grow your own food. Yeah, will it support you all the time? No. Will it give you something to look at and enjoy? Yes. Set it and forget it. Put a little on top here like it got rained on. Look at that. That is exciting. May not be to you, but it is exciting to me. I'll put this in here. Okay, awesome sauce, everybody. So now that we've done that, now I can sit down. Bring some dirt over here real quick. Get rid of these. These are the old pods. I'm going to compost those outside. And again, these are the posts. I showed you guys this already in the beginning, but these are going to be the posts. These will be in front of all of the subscriber garden plants. Hearth and Home, Broke but Bountifully Blessed, Down Home Misty Style, etc., etc., etc. There's going to be 7 or 8 of them. Okay. Now what? Well, let's put a little of this soil there. And you know what? Let me do this. There. I'm not using potting soil. This is all soil from outdoors. This has been composted for a couple of years now. Should be pretty decent. Okay. Before I forget, there it is. One of my biggest failures in life as far as gardening goes is I don't label things. Hey, Chicken's Uncle Bob, get you a wrench here. And I plant so many things, and then I say, I'll remember. And guess what? I don't. So this came from Shannon. I don't know if you can see those or not, but these are marigold seeds. I mean, this thing is chock full. I mean, I can't even begin. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to move this soil around a little bit. I'm going to grab a couple of these seeds. I don't grow marigolds. They were my mom's favorite flower. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take 1, 2, and 3. I'm from Oklahoma, so I'm stopping at 3. I'm just kidding. Oklahomans can count to at least 5, so don't get angry at me. Hey, Troy. And then what I'm going to do is just going to, well, you know what? Before I do that, hold on. I got my little toothpick storage device here. Follow me for more pro tips, right? 1, 2, and a 3 right there. Boom. Let me just throw a little water on these just to set the seed a little bit. I'm not going to put a lot on. I'm just trying to get it to germinate. And then I'll take a little more of this soil. I'm not going to really pack it down hard. These things should be able to grow in nature. So by just tossing some dirt on them, they get rain, they get dirt, so on and so forth. Put a little water on to set the seeds. And then what I'll do is They will have light, Uncle. They do. They'll have a. I have grow lights, multi-spectrum, and my back room, Uncle, has full sun for about 6 hours a day. It will get plenty of sun. Let's see. This would be Shannon, and I know that they are marigolds. The reason I'm putting it as Shannon is because Misty from Down Home Misty Style also sent me some marigold seeds. So there's Shannon. I claim this soil, this plant, in the name of us and our bunch. There you go. All right, Shannon, at us and our bunch, you're done. All right, let's find Misty here. Yeah, Misty puts me into this PSD mode where she sends me these things where you used to get them in high school when you had to bring your, you remember you used to have to bring home your quarterly report card to your mom and dad. So I think Misty did that as a joke. She sent me 2 in those envelopes so far. 2 things. Yeah. Hey, Chick in the Woods. Let me get you a wrench so you can seek out others if you would like. There you go. Oh, food. I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. I saw something without blue. Now I lost you. There's food. I can't pronounce foods. I've followed her for a while. She's followed me for a while. Food. Feral owl. I can't say that. So I messed it up. I know. I apologize. My bad. So again, I'm going to go 1, 2, and 3. Now, Misty told me on the package here, these are 2nd generation yellow monster blooms marigold seeds. She said they get like 3 feet tall, I think is what she said. And so let me put those away and let me get so I don't lose where they're at, so I can keep an eye on when I think they're going to bud. Where'd the 3rd one go? Did I lose the 3rd one already? Did I plant a 3rd one? Did anybody see me plant a 3rd one? Well, oh, there it is. I see it. All right, I'm not losing my mind. Boom. Hey, Belt Loop. Give you a blue wrench, and then you guys can seek each other out. Glad everybody's here. Thank you so much for being here to support. I really, 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 really appreciate it. So let me just wet these a little bit to help them in their germination journey. And then I'm just going to go in here with a little bit of soil. Just cover them lightly. I was studying the planting process for these, and they were just kind of, they kind of say a bunch of different stuff, but pretty much about 1/4 of an inch loose soil. So that's what I'm doing. And we will see. A little water on there. And then this is Misty. So I will write Misty. And then I know that I'm planting their marigolds, so I will remember that they're marigolds. Boom. I claim this. I claim these flowers for Down Home Misty Style. Let it be decreed. Okies has decreed. If you guys haven't noticed yet, I'm one of the most important people now in Oklahoma. There's only 4 people in Oklahoma, and I think I'm number 4. But hey, I placed. Now, watch this, see if she does it. You're going to get a cameo appearance by Lexi. Here she goes. Lexi, go get your food. Go get your food. Go get your food. Go get it. Go get your food. You'll see her walk by here in a second. Go get your food. That is our rescue dog, Lexi. Just if you guys were ever wondering how she's doing, she just heard me call her name. She has some food over in her dish. Awesome. Go check out Granny's tonight. See, she'll come back over here now. Here she comes. Oh, she's checking the dirt out. Here, Lexi. Come here. Come here. Want to say hi to everybody? Come here. Come on. This is Lexi. What are you doing? I'll see if she can get her. Let me see if I can get her to talk. Lexi, what? 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 Timmy fell in a well? Did Timmy fall in a well? What? Lassie, did Timmy fall in a well? Get the sheriff. Go get the sheriff. Let me let her out. Come on, get out. All right, enough of that nonsense. All right, but that is Lexi. She is about 86 pounds now. And she is just, she won't stop with energy. But she's only, what, 2 years old now? Now, last but not least, I do have other ones, but these are just going to be what I'm planting today. These were, so everybody knows I have an asparagus patch outside. I have 8 plants or crowns in the ground that did produce this year, but I let them go to fern. I won't actually harvest till 2026. I'm picking up about 12 or 14 more crowns this spring, which will be planted. Then they won't be harvested till 2027. Asparagus last a long time. They can go 15, 20, 25 years. The perennials. These were from Foraging and Urban Farming. They're a part of the channel. I think they're here. I think I saw them. Oh, hey, Terry. She is. There's Terry. So you guys, I mentioned earlier about Fire_Dr. Ninja Turtle and JC Calamity Jane both hitting the 1,000 mark. If you can, go check out Terry McPherson 9398. She's also known by Frugal Lifestyle, I think. And go check her channel out. I'll let her explain her channel to you. She's at 900 plus. She's reaching for the 1,000. So what I'm going to do is, Foraging and Urban Garden sent me, I've never planted asparagus from seeds, and I'm going to try. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give them enough room. I'm going to put them in an, what is it, octagon? Is that 5? I don't know. What the heck do I know? What do I know? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a little indentation in front of each, or near each toothpick. And then these are very tiny seeds. And then I'm going to pop one in each of the holes here. Boom. 2. I'm going to prove I can count to 5 right now. 3, 4. Believe it or not, there's a little worm right there. Go over there. 5. There we have it. So thank you, Foraging and Urban Farming. I think Hermit House is part of it. I'm just going by what they have on their address here. There. So now what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to take, well, I was going to take, guess I'm not going to take. All right, here we go. Oh, I had it right there. Oh boy, I'm losing it. Okies is losing it. All right. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to not pack it down too tight. I'm going to leave the loose dirt on top. I tried these for some reason in the hydroponics, and they wouldn't do anything. They kept turning to mold. It was really, really weird. So now let me just set these really good. Okay, so they're going to sit there now. Let me close this up. I better get the spoon washed later before my wife gets home. She sees dirt on a spoon. There's going to be dirt on me, 6 feet worth of dirt on me. Hang on 2 seconds. I was going to go grab the other tripod. Where is it? Here it is. Here. Okay. Come on, Jason. You can do this. I've seen it. I've seen you do it. All right, here we go, everybody. Let me remove us from that. Turn us around here. This up here. Boom. And so that was kind of what I wanted to kind of show everybody today was I was going to do, like I said, I was going to do my outside gardening, but it was just too cold. The ground was frozen. We've had 2 days under about 24 degrees. And it just was not going to, and I wouldn't be able to, I wasn't going to plant anyways. I was going to show you some of the stuff I was doing out there. So I know in the next week or so, we're supposed to have 65-degree weather again. So hopefully next Tuesday, when I do my 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock, whatever it is for next week, you guys can check that out. I'm going to be doing some stuff for the potato rows and getting set up in the subscriber garden. Hopefully I'll have the posts cut for most of those placards, put them in the ground. Should have some chicken wire fence, so I can put the chicken wire fence around the subscriber garden. And then the subscriber garden is pretty much done. Planted some the last 2 years in 2 different places. So how's everybody doing? Now that that's all done, all that craziness is done. You saw my indoor garden. It's going really well. I have not. Belt Loop, was it you that did it? Was it you? I watched a video the other day and somebody planted strawberries with and without runners. That had runners or without runners. So, but I can't remember who it was. Making oat cakes. All right, Hearth and Home. So yeah, that's my garden indoors. I'm trying to get it to the point next year in the winter where I'll have peppers and tomatoes and maybe even some radishes growing and some lettuce is what I really want to do next year. Get a second hydroponic unit. I'm going to probably try to get one of those here in the next week or so. Get another hydroponic unit. And then I have, like I said, I have a laundry room with a work table, and then I have a spare bedroom with a work table. And I can set up, we're probably going to, I'm going to be, I'll do it myself, but I'm going to be putting siding. I'm putting new siding on the house next year, I believe. Removing the windows, replacing with new windows so they're more energy efficient. And then new house wrap. Then I'll put the siding on. And then where I'm going to change the location. So I have to build inside. I got to build up the structure for some of the windows and then make holes in the wall, build the proper heading or headers and stuff for those windows. Because I want a couple windows pointing more towards the back direction here where I get full sun most of the day. But yeah, it's going to be really cool. Oh, wow. Thank you very much, Chicken Explorers. You didn't have to do that. I appreciate that. Chicken Explorers, everybody. If you want to follow somebody really cool, go check out Chicken Explorers. I think a lot of you already do, but he does some really good lives, and he's got really cool chickens, and he does some cooking, and he was on late one. I think it was last night or the night before. I was not sleeping well, so I watched him for a while. But check him out, and he's very supportive. Very, 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 very supportive. He will help with watch hours. Trust me. Follow Chicken Explorers right now. If you're not following him, go check him out. Don't just subscribe to him. Please, please, please. Watch a few of his short videos, like and comment, hit the notification bell, all of that stuff. Don't just subscribe. It'll probably get taken away. So anyways, Chicken Explorer is awesome. Thank you so much for that, Chicken. I appreciate it so much. I really do. Really happy. I'm so happy everybody's here. This is great. I appreciate everybody being here. Um, is anybody else planting anything inside? I know Misty, Down Home Misty Style, has a hydroponic also, and I know she has started, I think, the micro dwarf tomatoes. I believe so. Moung. I can't even say your channel name, but what I do is I can I can go. I think if you have a second channel, I go over to my son's house on a second IP address on my second channel and watch it there. Do I have something I want to grow? I have everything I want to grow. But all I can say is I like to grow stuff. I like testing things. I like the science behind everything, how it grows in germination. Um, so if you have some seed you want me to try, I'd be more than happy to try it because I like all fruits and vegetables for the most part. My son will devour fruits and vegetables. My daughter-in-law likes most of them. My wife likes potatoes and green beans, and she won't eat tomatoes. She will eat onions if they're not overpowering. You will like Hearth and Home. That's Mural. Her name is Mural, Murl. She's got a really nice channel. But yeah, if you have seeds, Granny, send me some seeds. Just let me know what they are in a little package, and I would try them. And I'll make a placard for you and put your channel name on it. Put it in the garden. I'm running out of room in the subscriber garden because it's only 10 by 15, 150 square feet. But I do have some planter boxes that are going to become part of the subscriber garden. Oh yeah. So Pam, I love tomatoes. They do give me heartburn too. But I already talked to my son. Apparently, apparently the micro dwarf tomatoes do produce quite a few tomatoes. Um, so I have two, four, six plants at different uh, points in their growth. So probably in a couple of weeks, I'll have some from the first two plants. If the other two plants I just planted for you guys take, I should get some of those in probably 4 to 6 weeks. And then I have the other two that are still sprouting and getting bigger. They'll be the third batch. And I already talked to my son and daughter-in-law. If I do get overwhelmed, they would like I'm probably going to give them one or two of the plants because they also have grow lights and full sun on the one wall. So they will take them and they will grow some. Hey, Pumpkin, that's right, Pumpkin King. Michael's Adventures is here. Hey, Michael. Check out Michael. Michael does a lot of premieres, a lot of lives, and he does the thing with the raccoons. So it's pretty funny. And he's a growth. You can get some really good subscriptions. So go check out Michael's Adventures. He's got a blue wrench. Go check him out. Oh nope, yeah, I'm so happy for you. Fire Doctor Ninja. I followed him for a while. His story is so interesting. Go check his life story out. You won't believe it, but just trust me. Go check his story out. And when I saw, I've been watching him every day because we're seeing if we could see if I was watching him to see if he'd get over that amount. And then when he went over this morning, I saw it and I quick messaged him on one of his shorts because I was excited when I got monetized. Even though you're not talking a lot. I mean, I haven't even been paid yet. I got to wait to get $100, and I got to get all that, and then I got to wait for them to do all their paperwork and everything. So you don't get paid like that. The excitement is knowing that you've accomplished something. Because I think me and Dr. Ninja a lot were kind of goal oriented. So my goal was to get there, and so we got there. So that's exciting. But then most people that I have found. That's right. That's right, Jane. Yes, Calamity Jane is completely correct. You can pay for chicken feed. Mine's just going to be for, I have a couple charitable things around my area that I'm going to be using some of mine for that are close to home for me as far as um, issues in my own family. So some of mine will go to that when I do finally start collecting. um, and trying to use it to help others. And I'm not just saying that because that's where most of mine will go. And I know Dr. Ninja's talked about that too. Um, we're big on paying it forward. Uh, I love to watch the channels that I've been associated with now for 6 months climbing the ranks. Have Fun in Nature is another one. Um, Tiffany and Brian, they're in Montana, northwest Montana or northeast. I think it's northwest Montana. Check their channel out. They do a lot of travel. They do a lot of stuff in Montana. Beautiful scenery. They are getting into cooking and canning and all that for homesteading. Boom. Um, Check them out. They're climbing the ranks. Everybody in this community, we're all helping each other. Everybody's moving up, hopefully, and you can just keep checking your analytics. And honestly, um, oh, thank you, thank you, Dr. Ninja. Um, don't be afraid to ask for help. I needed 27 or whatever it was subscribers the one day. I just put a post out there because I knew everybody in my subscriber list would push to help me get me there because most of the people in this community you're going to find are kind. They want to see you succeed because it's going to help them succeed too. And we can just keep this community in another year. We're going to have so many people from this community either reach partial or full monetization. And if we can just stick together and continue to educate each other, uh, here's something I thought about. I'm going to turn my microphone off for just a second and tell me if, because my phone's going to start needing charging. Would you guys please tell me if you can still hear me? I'm going to shut this off. Can everybody still hear me? Hopefully everybody can hear me. Good. I was thinking about this morning. I went over and babysat my grandson. I was fortunate enough to get a chance to babysit my grandson this morning. So as I'm sitting there feeding him and talking to him, and we're just messing around. I'm a product of the 60s. And then I grew up, of course, child and teen and stuff in the 70s. So I didn't have a cell phone, obviously. We had a party line on our phone, which meant you had multiple people on the same line. You didn't just have your own phone number. You had a phone number, but then it went to 10 different houses. And then the tone, you might have got one quick ring or two quick rings, or one long ring was yours, a quick ring was your neighbor's, so on and so forth. But people could listen in, and it worked, but it was kind of creepy because people could listen into your stuff. Anyways, your community was your mom, your dad, your brothers and sisters, some neighbors if you got along with your neighbors. That's how you learned. You learned from your grandparents, you learned from your parents. You know, the good stuff. You probably learned a lot of bad stuff from your friends. But, you know, you were educated, you went to school, you came home, your mom and dad tried to point you in the right direction, give you a work ethic, honesty, morality, all that stuff, and push you in the right direction so you would succeed in life. And so they could get you the heck out of their house. But now, you know, so then if you needed to know something, you had to go to a library. So you had to actually physically go to a library, find it using the Dewey Decimal System, find the book, take it home, read it, and you had like a week or two before you had to return it. If you didn't return it, you got a charge. So anyways, education and learning, it was work. So building a community was work. Nowadays, we're in this age where I can learn how to cook from Chef Zed over in Ghana, in Africa. We can go see Nicola's Adventures now, but it was Nicola Recipes in Italy or Malaysia, where she's at. Or you can go see Natty Homemaker do stuff in Canada, or Introvert in Alaska, So as you start to see this whole, hey, Delightful Roots in Japan, how you doing? As this whole community grows,
We all learn YouTube. Everybody has a knowledge in YouTube. Everybody has different levels of knowledge in YouTube. I look at certain analytics, and I know other people look at other certain analytics, and I study something this way, and other people study something that way. But we all have an idea on how the engine works, and we're trying to utilize it. So if you can just imagine, so now I think I checked a few minutes ago, I had 1,015 subscribers. That means I can draw on, probably some of them don't really follow much, but we can draw on 1,000 different people for knowledge, get their opinion, get their idea, just like that. You can put a post out there. If I put a post out there, you'll get 10, 15, 20 comments within a few hours with information about that. I can put a recipe out there and somebody else will say, hey, my mom used to do this and she did this. So I'll write that down because I'll try that. If somebody says, I've learned from YouTube, people on YouTube, and then I try to pass that along, like hashtagging your channel name. Like mine is hashtag Okies Eden. I put that in all my videos now. So now when I go somewhere else that's not affiliated, if I go to Walmart and type in their electronics department in Google, hashtag Okies Eden, it comes up. Or it comes up in the first 3 or 4 times. In the first 3 or 4 searches, if I go Okies, it'll come up inside a top 5 probably, where it'll say Okies Eden. I learned that from somebody early on, so I've been doing that ever since, and I try to pass that along. So we all share knowledge, which, like I said, back in the day, exactly, it's a conglomeration of everybody. Where back in the day, you go back in the 70s, you had to go read about it. And a lot of that information in the books, you were getting textbooks that might have been a year or 2 old. Well, some of the science has changed and they learn new things about sciences and space and whatever, rocketry, weaponry, whatever. Every few years, I mean, they're always advancing. You might get a textbook that's 2 years old. And now you can get instantaneous information. You can fact check it instantly. You can check it on a couple of AI sites. You can check it on Google. You can ask people here that have actually done it in YouTube to see what happens or if it works or not. And within 5 or 10 minutes, you can have a really good idea on which way to go with what you were asking about. Where before, go to the library, get a book that might be 2 years old, hope it's correct, try it, fail, go back, get another book. I mean, it was a loop. But with that said, so that's it there for that whole thing. But again, congratulations to those that are over 1,000 now or inching up on 1,000. I want to ask everybody, does anybody have any plans for New Year's Eve? Are you staying up till midnight? Are you going to watch the apple or the ball drop or whatever? Or is everybody going to go to bed at 9 o'clock? That does help, that does happen, Belt Loop. Yes, you're correct. You can get the wrong you can get wrong information just as fast as you get correct information. That's right. There you go. Pam's going to watch the New York one. Nice. Yeah, Michael does premieres. If you guys follow Tuber Chat, if you don't follow Tuber Chat, look up @Tuber Chat. It's a growth channel. It's a great way to meet people and to grow oh, there you go, Bonfire and Fireworks. Go check out @Tuber Chat. And then that's a great growth channel. A lot of people there are ready to support. East Coast time, normally around 10 p.m. There you go. That's a good idea, actually. Check out Tuber Chat. After Tuber Chat, typically Michael's Adventures goes on and he does premieres. And I forget how long they run for, maybe half an hour. I think he said he's going to make them a little bit longer. Yeah, JC Calamity Jane goes on there often. And they're all really, really pleasant. They will chat you up. Kevin, who runs the Tuber Chat, once he sees you come online, he will shout you out. Same thing with like the Source. If you follow the Source over in Hawaii, he will shout you out. As soon as he sees you come up, he does that wheel where he spins it to see who gets, every day he shouts somebody out in a video. You have Broke but Bountifully Blessed. She's the one that does the microdwarf stuff. She does shout outs. I'm shouting these names out so you can go check them out. Real Outdoor Living, at Real Outdoor Living. He and his wife, he does a lot of carving and woodworking. And I think the daughter does some painting, I think, and drawing. And then his wife usually sits there at the computer moderating and talking and stuff. They do 1 or 2 shout outs. Oh, no problem, Granny. It's all about that. I wouldn't have gotten over 1,000 if people didn't help me, and I just pay it forward. I was brought up to pay it forward. If somebody helps you, even if they don't help you, you help. I was always taught, even if your worst enemy, if I was driving down the road and somebody I didn't like had a flat tire and they were struggling and it was raining, I would pull over and I would help them, and I would hope I think that everybody in this group here would probably do the same. Doesn't mean you're their friend, but kindness goes a long way. You pay it forward. It comes back. And I don't mean monetarily. I mean, but yeah, if you go to all those channels I just mentioned, Real Outdoor Living, Broke but Bountifully Blessed, The Source, I think Fairbricks does quite a bit too. Chicken Explorers does a lot of shout outs. Desert Living, they do a lot of stuff. There's so many channels that do a lot of stuff. Hardknack Farms, she's a great contact. It's Wendy at Hardknack Farms. And then she's tied in with M&T Farms. Wendy goes on Wednesday nights. Before her is Leonard, which is Amy, Leonard Mountain Homestead. And then Wendy goes on, and then M&T Homestead. I usually try to watch all 3 of them. And they will shout your name out. They will give you, Wendy pointed me in the direction of another channel last night, which I already went, watched videos and subscribed. They watched my videos, and then we've connected, and it's held so far. So, it's really a matter of being busy. In my opinion, this is just my opinion, I look at YouTube until you're monetized and actually collecting money from ad revenue and super chats and all that stuff. I think you have to look at YouTube as an unpaid intern job. So you come out of college, or you're in college, you got the summer off, you go to work at a firm, and you are unpaid intern. You're to learn the ropes. You're going to do 30 hours of work or 40 hours of work for no pay, but you're learning your trade, you're learning your discipline, whatever business or whatever, if you're in construction, whatever you're doing, you're learning it, but you're not getting paid for it. So monetization on YouTube is, I liken it to that. You're learning a product, you're educating yourself, you're not getting paid for it until you get monetized. So if you can look at it like that, if you can look at it as an unpaid internship job, I think you won't be as frustrated, because you're gonna get frustrated. Your first month, you're gonna be frustrated. You're gonna see 5 views, 10 views, get angry, quit. I think this latest stat was 10% of people get monetized on YouTube. That means 90% stop at some point and give up on it. I think if everybody would just stick with it and work at it, that percentage would even out, come down a little bit. You might get to 15 or 20% of people that make it. Don't always give up on the first month or 2, just don't. You might only have 20 subscribers, okay? It's a marathon, it is not a sprint. 99% do not hit a viral video where they immediately get all the hours, all of the watch, all the subscribers and everything in a couple days. Doesn't work. It happens, it has happened, but it's not gonna happen for me, because I'm more boring than a second coat of paint. But you gotta work at it to get there. So just consider it. You know you're not gonna get paid till you hit the monetization. And that's what's great about this community. If you're struggling, if you're not if you're not getting numbers that you're thinking you should get, you can email me. I will tell you what I know. If I can help you, I will. Just okieseden@gmail.com. okieseden@gmail.com. If you email me and I can answer it, I will. So, because it's really, you got to learn how YouTube works. You got to learn how to maneuver around certain things, what it likes, what it doesn't like. And then you can gain a lot of that. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. And it's like anything else in life. Even if you have education to become a doctor, a lawyer, whatever, you don't go right into the operating room, push everybody aside, and just start operating. It doesn't work that way. You have to, it's baby steps. You got to make sure, you got to learn, what the structure of the operating room is, the different nurses, how they function, what their rules are. They're having standard operating procedures. You have to learn all that before you can successfully dive in and start doing operations. I don't come out of law school and immediately go to the Supreme Court and argue a case. You'd be a laughingstock. You go to a firm and you learn the trade and you gain experience. You just do. YouTube's the same way. You got to read about it. You got to study it. You got to learn. I said early on, my first month or two, when I first started YouTube, I made a statement that I think you have to try to learn something about YouTube. Oh, thank you, Belt Loop. Try to learn something about YouTube every day or every other day. Just try to look something up. How do shorts work? How do they count shorts? They don't count the time in your earned column. So you learn that. So now I know, well, I got to run some videos and lives to get earned time. If you want to get traffic, sometimes shorts work better because the YouTube algorithm, they even tell you, they push shorts videos out in a TikTokish kind of fashion to get the quick hits to draw people in. So you learn how to use that to your advantage, remix, do things like that. That's another thing to learn, remixing from a live or remixing from a video. And then editing, getting the right editing software or a editing software or using what you have. Lighting, there's so many things on YouTube you can learn. How to do research for your hashtags and keywords and how to do titles and thumbnails. You can learn something literally every single day, and that's all gonna put in your bank and your toolbox to use for future. Hey, Henhouse. Hey, Wanda. Let me give you a blue. Boom, Henhouse. I thought I already did, but I will now. So hopefully you guys enjoyed watching the planting today of my tomatoes, transplanting of my tomatoes, planting of my asparagus, planting of my marigolds, and then hopefully as they start to pop up, I'll start sharing videos on those too. Probably in a couple days, I'm going to be planting more stuff in the hydroponics and then transplanting those other tomatoes. I'll probably do that next week. And I'll probably do that on a day when it's cold, so I don't have to go outside in the garden. I can do some gardening in here. This still gives me a laugh every time I see it. This will be in the garden in the spring. My Elvis squirrel, my garden statue for my daughter and son-in-law. So I hope everybody had a good time today. I'm glad everybody was here. I really appreciate it. I thank you all for the support. Thank you for always being here. Thank you for supporting each other, especially because as this community grows, we're all going to grow, and that's what it's all about. More and more people, hopefully in the next coming weeks, will be breaking the 1,000 barrier or the 4,000 or 3,000 barrier for hours. If you're getting close or you need help, community post it or email me or email somebody in your group. People will help you. We have to be able to ask for help in life. You always can't do it alone. You need subscribers to get hours. It's just the fact of this platform or any platform. In order to get ours, you got to have subscribers. So don't be afraid if you're at 920 and you just seem like you're going nowhere. Put a community post out and say, hey, I need help. Can you guys see if I can get some subscriptions or whatever? I can't even speak. Subscriptions. And I guarantee by the end of that day, there will be people checking your channel out and commenting and possibly subscribing. Because this is a strong community. It really is. So with that said, that's going to be the last live I do for this year. I'm not going to get a sunrise live in. I won't be able to. I have a couple commitments. I can't do it. Yeah, thank you, Terry. That's from my daughter and son-in-law. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I hope everybody has a great New Year. I know, I think Natty's feeling under the weather, so send her a note if you want to give her a little note, just telling her I hope she feels better. And I think everybody else is kind of coming along as far as feeling good. So everybody have a happy New Year. We'll see you all next year. I hope the support continues and all of our growth continues, and we just become this huge group of people that are getting monetized and working with each other. So that could be our 2026. So we're coming to a close. Enjoy Christmas. Enjoy New Year's Eve and your New Year's Day. And we will see you next year. Take care.